So if you're the type of person that needs to have something sweet for breakfast with your coffee and you're normally getting that pastry, this is a great replacement. It's not going to taste like the pastry, but it's going to be satisfying enough to cure that need for something sweet. And this is definitely nutrient rich. Nutrient richer than whatever cereal you might pour your kids in the morning. Nutrient richer than a donut you're going to get. So this is a great way to start with a change that will make you feel good, and you know they're made with dates. That's a whole plant where your blood sugar is going to stay at a better level. These are a fun treat to give for teachers too, because they're usually getting a lot of junk of all sorts of things from all the kids all the time. So this is something healthy they can enjoy and not feel guilty about. I have my oven preheating to 400 degrees and I have lined my muffin tin. Makes about 8 large muffins and about 20 mini muffins. Mini muffins are always fun, but it's hard to know when to stop eating them. So you're going to start with 2 cups of gluten-free oats processed into a flour. I always like to buy the rolled oats because it's cheaper and you can process it super simply in your food processor that you're going to dirty anyway for the other ingredients. So 2 cups of gluten-free oats. Remember that gluten-free just means they're not processed in the same plant as wheat, so there's no cross-contamination there if you have a gluten problem. We're going to process that until it's a flour. Once the oats are all broken up, you're going to add 10 medjool dates pitted. I like to buy them whole because it's cheaper and it's so easy to just rip them open, take out the pit. You're going to get 10 of these, throw them in the food processor, and then you're going to process them up with the flour. Make sure you also remove the little hat. You want to process until it's a sandy mixture. It should look like this. 1 tablespoon of baking powder goes into the bowl. 1 tablespoon of flaxseed. This is our egg replacement. If you can't use flaxseed for whatever reason, this is ground flaxseed, you may substitute with a chia egg, which is 1 tablespoon of chia seeds. You put it in a bowl with 2 tablespoons of water. It kind of gels up, and then you're going to just dump that into the food processor. We're just going to give that a mix around. Next, we're going to do 1 cup of unsweetened almond milk, or whatever non-dairy milk you like. And I'm going to add the teaspoon of vanilla extract in here. And while the machine is running, I will add this wet mixture in it. It's going to be a nice batter. And then the last step is the chocolate chips. So we are keeping this as healthy as possible, but I love my chocolate, and to have chocolate in a healthy way for breakfast is something everybody should do. A half a cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips is going into the mixture. Now this does contain sugar, but I use Organics brand, and it is cane sugar, which we know is not genetically modified. And it's also the second ingredient on the list, so I know that chocolate is first. You don't want to get chocolate chips that the first thing is sugar and then there's soy. This may contain milk, it says as a disclaimer on the package, but there is no milk in the actual ingredients. So you're going to mix this all together with your batter. No salt. Did you notice no oil? I'm using muffin cups just because cleanup is extra easy, but you'll have a little bit of the muffin stick to the paper, which is a bummer because then it's kind of thrown away. Sometimes I like to brush melted coconut oil on the tin itself and then it won't stick, but it's a little bit harder to clean up. And then I also like to spray a coconut oil spray or even an avocado oil spray if you don't have muffin cups. So the batter's kind of thick. I'm just going to plop it down into the muffin tin cups. I just fill these all the way up to the top. They're not going to expand too much, and they go in the oven for 12 minutes. Perfect time to clean up my food processor. Not any more difficult than cleaning up the beaters and the bowl if you had used the traditional way. So these are definitely going to look a little more rustic than what you're used to seeing when you have a muffin for breakfast, but those were just lame excuses to have cake for breakfast. This is nutrient rich. I mean, come on, what do you expect? There's no gluten, no dairy, no oil, no soy, no salt, no sugar, except for whatever was in the chocolate chips. By far, the funnest way to have oatmeal for breakfast.